welcome to Moms on a Mission. Today, we have the honor and privilege of having back Vickie Natale with Organic Body Essentials. If you recall, Vickie has an engineering background. She created devices and sold to pharmaceutical companies and was very, very successful, but she was looking for clean, organic, powerful, and potent products for her skin and just could not find any. And so she created them because she's a brilliant engineer.
Yes.
That's apparently engineers just create problems to all the world. I mean, create solutions to all the world's problems, but
Yes.
we are so
Thankful to
thrilled and to know her. And she's a fellow believer. And we've just been so honored and privileged and enjoyed having a friendship with her as well as using her products. We have just had such great experience. They're divine and the price point is bar none. So without further ado, we would love for you to join us in welcoming Vickie Natale with Organic Body Essentials. Hey, Vickie.
Hello, Vickie.
Hi. Hello, Miriam and Julie. Thank you for having me again. Love being with you guys and carrying on with helping people with their bodies, both inside and out.
Well, we thought we would just do some short episodes with you weekly and to educate our listeners about some of the things that maybe, you wouldn't typically think a skincare product would treat. And I think it's so different when you're using food for your skin food. And it's not just making your skin softer or what have you, but it's actually healing it and nourishing it. And in that, because these natural foods are being applied to your skin, they're actually treating lots of other issues. And so I was wondering, Vickie, if you could share maybe some of the top 2 conditions that you've heard good feedback from with some of your products.
Well, sure. Those would be a couple that stand out quite a bit in my mind, especially one woman in particular. She had eczema on her face, and she had gone to the doctor for her skin doctor for a few years with prescriptions coming and ways to treat her skin and so that it wouldn't happen on her face. And she stumbled upon our Extreme Day and Night face cream and started using it. And after a couple of days, she noticed there was a definite difference in her skin. And she realized that it was actually making the eczema go away. She was nourishing her skin with oil that is excellent for your face and for your body. And it turned out that her eczema finally went away after about 2 weeks. And it had taken 2 years with her doctor's care that nothing worked. And so eczema, that's not the only time we've had feedback on that one for the face. Many people that have had either eczema or psoriasis on their face have given us feedback that has shown extreme improvement by using the face cream. Now, this one woman that I mentioned to you that took a couple years, she called one day and said that she wanted to know where we had the products, because we used to be in a lot of stores pre-COVID, but now we're almost exclusively online. And so we explained to her where we were, and she went to all those stores and bought all our creams, not only the face cream, but she bought all the other. Yeah. And so she didn't want to run out. She was worried, about people running out of things. So anyway, that is one of them we hear a lot about, but not just for the face. That eczema is
all over sometimes.
Body. Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes on the elbows, especially in the winter months. I'm sure you probably get dry skin in the winter. And so we have people using, so that I just mentioned was the Extreme Day and Night face cream, which looks like this. And it's just a little jar, but a little goes a long way.
It sure does.
Yeah, it's like concentrated oil. So that's the face cream. But then when you have the eczema on the elbows and the knees and other random places, I didn't bring it out, but it looks just like this again. It looks like a little small jar, but it's the Radical Repair Cream. And we're going to be making the repair cream in a larger container very shortly. But the Radical Repair Cream, especially as winter comes, is a much needed product. I actually think through the summer too, because of the cracked heels and stuff when we wear flip-flops and those really cracked heels. So the Radical Repair Cream has some excellent ingredients in there that also address the eczema and psoriasis. And they're known to be very helpful. And that would be like the coconut oil and the shea butter. There's calendula, tea tree oil. Those are all excellent for treating those conditions. I have had people tell me they've used the radical repair cream on the face. I personally have not, but for people who have, these really challenging issues, by all means use it. But they're using it mostly on their elbows and their knees. And I use the radical repair cream because I don't have eczema, but I use that on my feet. And the way I love to do that is just put some on before you go to bed. Sleep with it on all night. When you wake up in the morning, your feet feel like baby feet. If you're worried about your sheets, you can put socks on. In the winter months, you can just put it on, put socks on, sleep like that. In fact, I have these socks that I walk around in the winter that are like super thick socks. They're almost like, slippers, but I put the radical repair cream on and then I put my socks on, and that's what I use on so I never end up with the cracked heels or baby feet all the time because of that. So God's given us some incredible oils to reverse the damage that has happened to our skin, and those oils are in those the extreme day and night face cream, the radical repair cream, as well as our, like you were mentioning earlier, that you were using the hydrosol and then using the extreme hand and body cream to spread it around. Is that what you were doing?
Yes,
earlier?
that's what I was doing. It's been working great.
Well, Julie, what Julie's not saying is when we were not recording after one of the shows, she started telling Vickie all these great ideas she had for products. And she was talking about lotion, and Vickie said, "Oh, no. Because lotion is just watered down skin food."
I didn't even think about that.
So it's just so nice that you're not neutralizing and losing any of the potency.
Right.
If you can use the hydrosol with it. So
it works great. And like you said, coming out of the shower and then using that and then adding the cream on top of it, it works perfect. And you don't have to use very much.
Yeah.
It's so concentrated. And rubs in so nicely. It's absorbed so well.
And it smells amazing. How do you
I love
decide the scents? Because the fragrance is just amazing. It makes us feel like we've been to a spa.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It
should make you feel, all the products should make you feel like that, because, how do I do the scent? Well, not so much by my choice as it is the plants, because a lot of the plants have their own natural scent to them. And so when you bring in, the tea tree oil, for example, the helichrysum, very strong scent to that too, frankincense, myrrh, these things create a very inviting for our body smell. And then sometimes we add some essential oils, like for example, with the hand and body creams, one of them is jasmine tangerine. So we use jasmine extract and tangerine extract to make that happen. The musky blooms is kind of a mix of, it's a proprietary little blend that was originally my perfume that I created from scratch with essential oils, and I kept getting compliments. So I made that one a cream.
Only an engineer people can do this.
Got a brain.
Don't try it at home.
Well, it's truly, this is all here, and anybody can do whatever, like you can make what you need, honestly, if you have the time. I don't have the time to make every single thing I need, so I buy a lot of that, but that's how this began. And so you start to create something and hand it out and people love it. It might just like God did in this, turned it into a company to help people. So anyway, I wanted to touch a little bit though on why people have eczema and psoriasis and things like that, because it's not normal and we shouldn't have that. And so we can put these creams and things on us, and really, really, honestly, they do an excellent job at reversing that damage. But the damage is coming mostly from inside. And until people understand a way to cleanse and get rid of what's causing it, you're going to continue to have conditions occur. And so it's hard to fight everything, because sometimes it's not even our own control, like the spraying going on in the air and the way they're doing things to our water. But you can get filters, and that's a big deal. If you filter the water that comes in through your shower, a lot of times it will help so much with your skin, because you're filtering out a lot of bad ingredients in the water that shouldn't be there. Another thing that causes eczema and psoriasis and these tough skin conditions is too much copper in our body and too much mercury. And both of those can come from pesticides, chemicals, even pumping the gas at the gas pump. If you're breathing in the fumes, you're breathing in mercury. And so so the things that we sometimes can't avoid, like we got to pump gas, right? Just turn your head, don't breathe it. But sometimes people have copper pipes in their built, homes and things, and so it's hard to change these things. But start with some of the things you can control that are bringing these in, like for example, soaps, detergents, dryer sheets. Shampoos that are irritating your scalp because they have chemicals in them. Flip over that label and take a look. Well, they're endocrine disruptors. They're, these are pesticides that are in there and chemicals that we can get rid of. And that way we're not feeding our liver with all of these things that are also feeding the excess copper. I mean, they're feeding these, what's going on is we have certain viruses that happen that way too, and they start to feed on these metals that are in our bodies, and it pushes it out through our skin. So our skin then gets these conditions that we're talking about. Not all doctors are going to talk about things like this, but these are from our body rejecting the toxins that are inside. And so when you can reduce that toxicity level inside, you can start to reduce the skin problems on the outside. And another way to do it too is if you have Epstein-Barr virus, which a lot of people do, they've got it from the strep throat. I had strep throat as a kid. If you had mono as a kid, and then also antibiotics really, really amp it up. So I had all that myself. So I do have, that's why I know a little bit about this one. But you have to stop feeding the virus itself that feeds on all of these other things too. And one of those ways to reduce that, and everybody with skin conditions that I've explained this to, and they've done it, their skin conditions start to improve. And that's staying away from dairy and eggs, and wheat. Those are three key ones that feed the virus if you have it. And then also irritate your skin. So I'm a living example of that.
I love this, Vickie, and I love that you care enough about people that, I mean, some of these things that the wisdom that you're imparting and sharing has nothing to do with your product, but you're just trying to help people. And I think that's why I love your product and your company and you so much, because you truly care about people and you truly want to help people, as the Holy Spirit led you to create all this. To help yourself, but you're helping others too. And I think that's really cool.
Well, and I would just want to point out to our audience when you're talking lifestyle medicine, because you go to the doctor and you have eczema, and what they want to do is put you on some type of prescription, whether that's a pill or a cream that's a prescription that they basically don't care if you're on it for the rest of your life. And they're not getting to the root of the problem. What Vickie's talking about is get to the root of the problem with using lifestyle measures, which is, what are you drinking? What are you eating? What are you putting on your skin? And really, those are not, it's a little hard because you have to dig and discover what that is. But in the long run, it's way better than being on prescription medications. And then, like she said, let's, while you're waiting, and clear it up with the great products she has with OBE, but get to the root. And that's what we talk about at Moms on a Mission about. We really promote lifestyle medicine. And that's exactly what you were just talking about. I have I've been waiting to ask this question as soon as you talked about eczema, because and we have moms that listen to our show. When my kids were little, I had 2 that had eczema. And now I know it was probably the harsh, soaps I was using. I didn't realize at the time, whether that was dryer sheets or Tide or whatever whatever product I was using. But so if like a baby, and I think you're going to say yes, I'm not sure, but like on a baby's skin, like on their arm, it's always on the elbows and the creases and even on their face. Is it safe to use this for babies?
I believe so. We did on
Little
my
kids.
granddaughter. She had a little bit of skin issues, and she's now 2.5, and her main cream is the unscented hand and body cream.
Mhm.
I prefer a little less for babies and children, but yes, I've had people give me feedback that they've used it on their babies too, and it works great because this is food.
Yeah,
Just
that's what I was thinking, and I wanted to share, make sure.
Well, like anything else, you're going to try for the first time, put a teeny little bit, make sure there's no reaction, and go from there.
Yeah.
You never know. Could people, and you said something earlier about the fragrances too. Avoid, we don't use fragrance. We use essential oils, right? So, and there are a few unscented things that we do have. So in other words, it's not added essential oils to make a certain smell. It's just the way it smells with those ingredients. That's what our unscenteds are. But big deal to stay away from fragrances. Fragrances are horrible our bodies. And those include fragrances in everything. If you just look at parfum or fragrance on the back of a label, stop using it. It's introducing all kinds of problems. Now just go right on the nih.gov website and look up endocrine disruptors. Fragrances are there. It's horrible for our bodies. And so that includes burning candles with fragrance, not essential oil in that candle. You're breathing it. So, when I started learning all this, the books are endless on this information. I'm still learning. And this was like, I don't know, 15 plus, maybe 20 years ago is when I started really being interested in what's ruining our bodies. And so there's just so much that we've been hit with, and it just, so don't feel like you did something wrong by using Tide, or and when my kids were little, I didn't know these things either. So when they were small, but just one thing at a time starts to really make that change. And I'm glad you guys, you both wanted to talk today about some of these more challenging skin conditions, because so many people have them.
And one last thing I would love to leave our listeners with, which is really one of my favorite things, and that is that this red raspberry oil that seems to be in the serum and the face cream,
and the lip balms.
Yes, it's a natural sunscreen, and I guess
the revelation of the summer, baby.
I was the worst. I was the worst at using sunscreen, not on my body, but just like if you're going to the beach, that wasn't a problem, but just like every day, because you had to have 5 products and it's layer this, do
this.
This
is not a typical sunscreen. This is what's so exciting about the face serum that has the cream in it.
It smells so good.
It smells so good, and you don't feel like you're putting on.
Right. And then, you put on your stuff, and then you put on sunscreen after that. And it's like, well, it's not really a face product. So it's kind of greasy. But you feel obligated to put it on because they tell you to. Well, clearly I didn't feel too obligated. So, so my face thanks you, because and also just the financial benefit. Not only are these products so wonderfully priced, but you don't even have to buy sunscreen for your face. So it's just you're saving money, and it's just so convenient. I just absolutely love
that. The price points are very fair and wonderfully priced. I think it's when I've looked at all the price schedules on everything, I'm like, these are affordable.
Yeah. I just put in an order a few weeks ago, and the order comes super quickly. And I was like, oh, I hope my husband doesn't leave it on the front porch, but he got it right in. And of course there's dry ice or something to keep it. Yes, ice pack. So, and it comes very quickly. And I love that, kind of like the whole Amazon thing. And usually people with their private companies, I don't believe the turnaround time is so fast. So I was pleasantly surprised with how quickly you can get, because sometimes people aren't so great about ordering or reordering when they're getting low. They'll wait till like they have one day left, and it's like, shoot, I should have put in an order. So I love that about your company too, Vickie. So listen to what Vickie's saying. She is very smart. She's done this for years. She has researched. What I love about your knowledge is that we don't have to read books for 15 years. We can just listen to you, and you can give us the cliff notes.
Yes.
And then we can apply that. So we're so grateful that you joined us today.
So organicbodyessentials.com, use code MISSION. You'll receive 5% off your order. And if you
over $50, you get free shipping.
Yeah. So organicbodyessentials.com, code MISSION.
And we would love for you to join us by either reaching out to us via our website, momsonamission.net, or you can send in questions and comments. We can forward them to Vickie.
Yeah, I want to hear your testimony.
Yeah, moms@momsonamission.net. So when you order some of these products and you use them for a bit and you see some results, please share them with us so we can talk about them on air and with Vickie. That would be awesome. And then we would love for you to follow us on your favorite platform. I know sometimes people don't really know how to do that, but on Rumble, there's a little area where you can check, or on Apple, it'll say follow up in the top right-hand corner. But if you follow us, then you don't have to look and see if we have new episodes. You just get emailed, and it's really pretty easy. So please, please, please follow us on your favorite platform, and have a great day.
Moms on a Mission is excited to partner with our friends at MyPillow. According to sleep experts and sleephealth.org, over 50 million Americans struggle to get a good night's rest. That's where MyPillow comes in. They make the best pillows, sheets, mattresses, and mattress toppers. Several years ago, I was having trouble falling and staying asleep due to neck and shoulder pain. Luckily, I heard an ad about My Pillow and decided to give it a try. After 3 or 4 days, I really began to feel a difference. I was sleeping better and my neck and shoulders felt so much better. My Pillow really does help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Moms on a Mission wants you to get a great night's rest too. Go to mypillow.com right now and use the promo code MISSION for up to 66% off your purchase. My Pillow products are made in America and have a 60-day money-back guarantee and lifetime warranty. Remember, go to mypillow.com, put in the special code MISSION for your special Moms on a Mission discount. Thank you and God bless.
Hey guys, it's Moms on a Mission here. Are you worried about your financial stability and protecting the money for which you worked so hard? The problem is stock market volatility and inflation. You may be wondering what you can do to preserve your family's wealth. We at Moms on a Mission encourage you to reach out to our friend Andrew Sorcini with Beverly Hills Precious Metals. Andrew is the expert in educating you to help you find the right balance of gold and silver for your family portfolio. He made it so easy for me to add precious metals to my financial investments. I simply mailed a check to Beverly Hills Precious Metals and my silver showed up on my doorstep a few days later. It was so easy. Go to bh-pm.com to save a little money and tell them that Moms on a Mission sent you. That's bh-pm.com. Don't wait. Protect your wealth today by going to bh-pm.com and tell them that Moms on a Mission sent you.